Hi, welcome back to Gaming for Gamers. Once again, we're in Watch Dogs Legion in dark London. There's the moon in the background over the Thames. It all looks very lovely. And there's Nor, and she looks very lovely. And that's kind of the theme for today's video, which is why is it that gaming companies, gaming developers, are trying very hard, it seems, and I've seen this lots of times in the last 6 months, year, 2 years, make female characters more unattractive. I say female characters because it doesn't happen with male characters, and if it does, it's certainly less obvious. And as we know, less females play games. I'm not saying that women don't play games, of course they do, and there's a big percentage that do, but there's more men that play, that's a known fact. So, but it's female characters being less attractive. Why is that happening? So firstly, I'm going to talk about what I'm not talking about. So for example, these characters like the girl in Stellar Blade, which you may be aware of, she's very kind of sexualised, she's wearing very tight clothes. Even that, like, so what? I mean, that's what women wear in the gym, that's what people wear in Marvel superheroes movies at the cinema, very tight clothes. So what? It's a game. And if it's the furthest removed from reality that you can get. It's not like having someone look like that in a movie where you're talking about a real situation, you're pretending everyone looks really hot or attractive. This is a game. Everything in the game, everything in Stellar Blade, everything in Watch Dogs Legion is fiction, and it's all not meant to be real. It's not pretending to depict reality. Stellar Blade's not pretending to depict reality. So what does it matter? That's the first point, and I'm not agreeing with that being something anyone should say is wrong. Sexualization, she's not doing anything sexual, she's not doing anything inappropriate, it's not a sex video game, she's just wearing tight clothes and she's very hot, and so what? And that doesn't matter, but that's not what I'm talking about today, or that's sort of a similar point. I'm just talking about regular characters, female characters in games. There's a game recently that came out, and I saw that the woman who was used as the model for the character was very attractive, and they made the actual character much less attractive. And you think, why would you do that? If you've got an attractive woman to make the character, why would you then ugly it down? What would be the point? So it's just weird. And I'm not talking about woke stuff, I'm not talking about where they try and get as many diverse characters in the game, or where they try and get larger characters in. This isn't even that. This is where they try to make, especially the main characters, less attractive. And it's like, why would you do that? We're not talking about sexualisation. A woman being pretty is not sexualisation. And if you look at all the media, I'm talking about female models, if you look at YouTube, if you look at every Instagram, TikTok, if you look at films, there's loads of attractive women who are attractive and they're not trying not to be. So what is it about video games that they think, which is the most unrealistic, the most not pretending to be real media you can get? Why is it they think they need to make women less attractive? It's really odd, it's really strange. Do women in the real world want to be viewed as less attractive? Do you see women going out in the street that you know, or on TikTok or Instagram, and trying to be less attractive? No, of course not. We see the same people on Instagram trying to look hot, the same women in the street, like men, dressing up really well. Do women who play video games want to see less attractive men? No, they don't. So it's not about men's view of women, because women don't, and I have many female friends, women don't like unattractive men. I'm not saying they shouldn't care about the personality, or that's a whole different argument. But I'm sure women who play video games and women who watch movies don't want to see an unattractive lead, or they don't want to see an unattractive character in a video game either. So it's not a thing that's different for men and women. That's definitely the case. So what's the point? And the next thing is that video game developers and publishers know full well that a lot of men buy video games. Like I said, there's more men than women. And they know that men, as with women, don't want to play unattractive characters. Why would you want to? If you're making a character like this girl Nor, for example, and she's one of many characters in Watch Dogs Legion. She's very pretty. I had the ability to change her outfits, and that's not just because I'm sexualising it. I'd like her to look nice, like I would like myself to look nice, like I'd like anyone to look nice. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's not weird, or there's nothing strange about that. So they're dumbing down and uglying down women characters in games, especially main characters, and then they're trying to sell the games to guys. saying, look, this is a less attractive character, we could make it. It's not very sexualised, there's nothing sexy about it. Here's a load of outfits for them, but you won't want to buy them because the character looks like they need to wear a bag over their head. And what's the point? It's almost like that Disney thing where they make new series or movies because that's what they want to do, not because they think it will sell. And it's very strange because Disney, who've lost lots and lots of money on all these woke series they've made, which is a whole other topic, and gaming studios, who've lost lots of money for various reasons, need money. They're not infinite buckets of money where they just keep getting their shareholders don't want to keep financing rubbish games. So if you can make a game and you can make and again, I'm not talking about Stellar Blade, I'm not talking about the most sexualised woman you can get, just make a pretty girl or pretty guy, a hot guy, doesn't matter, it can work both ways, with nice clothes that you would find attractive and people would generally find attractive, and we know what that is because we know what models are, we know what actresses would wear in movies will be attractive, we know what that is. We just have to look on Instagram to see that and things like that, and TikTok. So, to see all the views that those kind of people get. Why would you make one not attractive? What would be possibly the point? Why would you want to make something where you're trying to put off people just to make a point? And the point, as I said, is I don't know what the point is, because if it's to not sexualise women, that would be Stellar Blade, and that's a whole other argument. But in these games, we're talking about to make women not pretty. We're not talking about like having massive boobs or overly sexual clothes. We're talking about literally just to make their facial features less attractive or their bodies slightly less attractive. What would be the point? What are we trying to say? Because like I said, in the real world and in the media, women aren't trying to be less attractive, and women don't look at guys and want guys to be less attractive. So what is the point they're trying to make? It doesn't make any sense to anybody. Are we thinking in the future we want a world where no one is allowed to be attractive in any way? Because that's kind of offensive to people. So if you're pretty, that's offensive, and no one should be pretty, no one should be hot, no one should be attractive, no one should wear nice clothes, no one should wear anything, because that's not the real world. That's not what real people do. Real women and real men don't wear unattractive clothes and want to look unattractive, and real women and real men don't want to look at unattractive people. So what is the message? What's the point? And then, like I said, what's the point to making games that they know are going to have that? And they know full well they're going to get criticised for it. They know full well that people are going to look at the character mods and go, what the hell? So that's my thoughts today. One, why would they do that? Because they're losing money. They're going to offend their audience, and they're not going to sell DLCs for skins to characters that people don't want to put skins on. And number two, what's the message? Because what is the message? And the message is impossible to understand. It's like a message for the sake of it, but it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that's my thoughts today. Thanks for watching Gaming for Gamers. Till next time, take care for now.